I don't care how sold on your idea you are. I don't care. It does not matter. Unless you are talking, don't talk to Uncle Sam. Talk to the person you are going to eventually sell to. The ideal way that focus group should have ended, and this is how your focus group should end if you've really nailed the right solution, is at the end of the focus group, the people in that room should say, when can we buy?
This is The Fighting Entrepreneur, the podcast dedicated to entrepreneurs looking to change the world. Learn how to start, build, and scale a business in today's highly competitive business environment. Here's your host, The Fighting Entrepreneur, Anik Singal.
What's up, you crazy fighting entrepreneurs? Welcome back. This is your favorite person in the whole wide world, Anik Singal, back with another episode of The Fighting Entrepreneur. And let's see, right now as we speak, I am somewhere in Thailand. Obviously not physically right now. I'm filming this beforehand, but I am taking a much needed vacation with my wife and with one of my best friends and his wife. And so I'm off the grid and I'm having a great time. But when I come back from the trip, of course, I will make an episode about all the cool stuff that I learned and experienced as I was off. So I've been on a trip, by the way. By this point, I've been on a trip. We went to Singapore. I spoke there. Hopefully it went really well. I don't know if the Anik in future could tell me. And then I have 2 more events coming up. So I'm going to be back in Malaysia and Singapore again after this doing an event. All right. So before we go any further, that's what's going on in my life. Listen, we're going to talk today about something called focus groups and how I just saved myself over $1 million in mistakes thanks to it. I have learned a lesson this year in 2019. And so I'm all about focus groups. I'm going to tell you how to run one. I'm going to tell you why to do them and all of that jazz. But before I do that, Lurn.com. Are you a member of Lurn Nation? Come on. We're putting 10 million entrepreneurs from all over the world, connecting them into one platform, helping change the world, transform everything, disrupt industries. I'm building an army. We are building an army of 10 million entrepreneurs here at Lurn. Are you going to be a part of it? Or are you going to sit by and watch this army move right by you? You got to be a part of it, man. We're changing the world, saving the world, not the government, us, entrepreneurs. It's happening. I'm already seeing it. Lurn Nation students are going out there, disrupting industries, making big things happen. The world is being changed. So be a part of it, all right? Lurn.com, absolutely free membership, tons of free courses and tons of paid courses and just amazing courses in the platform and more features coming. All right, so why is it that I titled today's episodes as I just saved over $1 million in mistakes because I did a focus group and how to do one yourself. So I'm going to start by first defining a focus group, and then I'll tell you a story. All right, so we'll all grab our blankies and sit around as I tell you the story. So the first thing is, what is a focus group? A focus group is a gathering, a discussion, a conversation amongst 5 to 8 people. Should be ideally in person, but doesn't have to be. Could be virtual. In person just seems to carry a better oomph. And these people should be your target demographic. So I'll give you an example. Let's say you're about to launch this product or a service that would be for truck drivers. Okay? Guess what? Go out, find 5 to 8 truck drivers, put them in a room together. A focus group. Buy them lunch. That's what we did. Get them in a room for 75 to 90 minutes. Usually should be able to do it in 60 or less, but I think it took us 75. It actually took us close to 90. So I'd just say 75 to 90 minutes. And you have a list of prepared questions. And you know what the underlying goal of the focus group is? Do they even care? Does your product stand a chance? Is it actually solving a problem? What's an entrepreneur? An entrepreneur is someone who finds a problem, solves a problem, and in essence creates a value by doing that. So it's not hard to find problems. Not hard to find problems. There are so many problems all around us, right? So you might say, I'm going to keep on the truck driver example. I don't know where I came up with that one, but let's just say, truck drivers are not typically known to eat healthy, I think. I have no idea. So that's a problem. Maybe the health of truck drivers is a problem. So you decide, well, I'm going to create a recipe book for truck drivers. It's how to make healthy meals in 10 minutes or less while on the road. Okay, great. You're right. You did create a solution. It helps that problem. But let me ask you a key question that you can't know the answer to unless you do a focus group. And that is it the solution? Do they even care? Do the truck drivers, if you go to a truck driver and you're like, I got a PDF here. It's awesome. It's a recipe book for you while you're on the road. As long as you can carry, just take this PDF with you on your phone. Would you pay $50 for this? Would you pay $100 for this? Would you pay $500 for this? You get to see the truck drivers react. Their faces like, I don't want a recipe book, right? Like, or maybe they're like, oh my God, that's what I've been waiting for. Yes, please, can I have it? And the thing is, entrepreneurs, especially us online ones, why we don't do this? I don't do this. 2019, this was the recent one we did. It's by the time I'm filming this, recent meaning like 2 weeks ago, or by the time you're hearing it. That was my first time ever doing one in person, but we had already done about 4 virtually. So the virtual ones had kicked my butt so much, had proven me to be such an idiot that I knew the power of focus groups. So that when we were creating this new business idea, this new potential division in Lurn, the first thing I said was, get focus group, get them in the room. I'm not, and so we were able to do, we did a focus group of local businesses. So we were actually able to call them in and have them in the room. And luckily for the first group, it was kind of people I already knew. It was people I'm close to, connected to. So it was a matter of sending them text messages and asking if they could come for lunch on, Friday at a certain time. So that's a focus group. Now, let's move into the second part. My lesson learned from building Lurn, the platform. And so why did I move towards doing a focus group? Or why did I even try a focus group? Okay, so here's what happened. I'm going to be very blunt. I'm going to give you some crazy amounts of data and inside information that I don't like to give, but it'll drive home a serious point why I don't care what you sell, you need to do a focus group. So it was end of 2016. I was in Canada. I was at a Bob Proctor event in Toronto, and I was just part of the event. I wasn't really there. I was in and out. I was just kind of hanging out with Bob and Brian and just a few other people. And all of a sudden, this thing happens where I decide, I'm thinking about my business. It's not immediate or impulsive. It's been going on for a few weeks. So I schedule a call with one of my technical leads. And I get on the call and I say, listen, it's time. They said, what? I said, it's time we began to build this platform I've dreamt of. We have so many products, so many courses. We want to put them all into one place. We want a platform that can track all their progress, that can help suggest courses for them, that can help them in their journey. And it's going to have courses from all kinds of experts. It's going to be a publishing platform. It's going to be this, it's going to be that, which was an idea I had a long time ago, because if you think about the name, Lurn, Learn, it was supposed to be actually my original idea that I even tried to build. I didn't realize there was 3 guys in Turkey trying to build the same thing, was Udemy. I was actually building, before I knew about Udemy, I was building a company that was going to become Udemy. That's why we're called Learn. And unfortunately, there was just, 3 developers that knew development in Turkey doing it that did it way better than me. And the thing is, I don't know anything about technology. So that's a separate day, separate topic. But, so I thought I knew it all, right? I mean, this is the problem with entrepreneurs. We get excited about something. We're like, yeah, this is it. I want to do this. This is going to be crazy. It's going to be great. It's going to solve all the problems. It's going to make millions of dollars. And we just start running. Sometimes some of us are just too fast, right? I have a friend of mine. He's one of my coaches. He calls me the Flash. That's his nickname for me. Because he says, like, I hear something, I think of something, I just go. And I've been actually working really hard in 2019 to get away from that. I know it's crazy. There's the good and the bad. My bad side of it is just because it's a good idea up here in my head, I start running like crazy. I start pulling team members in and changing things around. So my team kind of has a joke about like pivots. They're like, oh, there's another pivot. I'm trying to lessen the pivots now. We got to get onto a focused business model. So I have this huge idea, okay, Learn platform. I throw everyone in it. And everyone's asking me, well, what do you want it to do? How do you want it to work? And you know what? I got all the answers. I'm like, it's going to do this. It's going to do that. It's going to work like this. It's going to go like that. The design should look like this. It should have this feature, that feature, this feature, that feature. Never once do I turn around and ask a single one of you, the actual entrepreneur I'm serving, hey, what do you want from the platform? So we built the platform, 2018 April. We spent 1.5 years building it. Lots of money, 7 figures, pain, headache. Disruption of business, change of business, opportunity cost, losses. I mean, it all accrues up to millions of dollars. April 2018, we launch it. Market likes it. People start coming in. We're like, oh, looking good. Wow, okay, this is going to be good. This is going to be good. 4 or 5 months later, I'm like, wait a minute. Why isn't this thing growing faster? So then I tell my team, can you make me some data? Can you show me data that has to do with like this and that, and how many people logged in, and recurring visitors, and how many people have logged in twice, how many people have logged in 3 times. They're like, sure. They deliver the data to me, and I'm telling you, it was like someone pulled the carpet right out under my legs. we had a big issue. The reason we weren't growing that fast was because people weren't logging back in. People were creating an account, looking around, maybe a few days active, and then kind of forgetting about us. And I'm like, pulling my hair out. I'm like, are you crazy? Are you kidding me? I created the solution. This is perfect. This will solve your problems. It's one place. Come log in. Take your training. Learn. Level up your skills. Have success and progress in life. But then as I start to think about it, I'm like, I don't have the answer. I thought I created the perfect solution. So I was forced to turn towards this thing called a focus group. So we did a virtual one, and we did it with the best of our best students. We literally chose our top students that are, that have invested thousands of dollars with us, that are some having great success and others about to have great success. And that's the first one. We had like 5 or 6 of them on a call. And I mean, they had the answers like that. I asked a simple question. And you know what? I said, what features would you like to see on Lurn? And do you know that of the maybe 7 features that they all ended up agreeing on during this focus group, I only had one of them? I literally missed the mark completely. So the very things that were important to them, I could have just as easily built. Heck, had I talked to them 2 years ago, had I talked to them before I began building the platform, by April of 2018, I would have already had those features. But I didn't talk to them until June, July of 2019. And now it's taken us months just to get to a place where we finish up the existing features we were developing because Anik knows everything. And so we're going to be mid-2020. 2+ years lost because I didn't have the wherewithal to just ask my end user, what do you want? So we did, so after the first focus group, it hurt, man. It felt like someone was kicking you in the place the sun don't shine repeatedly. I was super, super happy, super blessed, super grateful, but I was bummed, right? I took it personally. I'm like, man, I really missed the boat. All right. I said, hold on. Maybe let's do another focus group. Maybe we'll hear something different. Nope. Second focus group, same thing. I was like, all right. So let's stop talking to our best students. Let's go talk to like people who barely know us. And let's see what they would want. Same thing. So there we knew it. I missed the mark. Lost millions of dollars. Millions. 2 years of organic growth in a platform. Can you imagine how many millions in sales I've lost just because I didn't take a moment to step back and ask people what the heck they wanted? The very people I'm serving, the very people who I want to help. I didn't take a moment to say, what do you want? Will this suffice? Do you want more things, less things? What do you want? All right. So we've recently came up with a new idea. And I was, it was a few months ago. And I know that there's a problem in the market. Defined. That's the easy stuff, guys. But you have to find the problem that you're most passionate about. I found one I'm really passionate about. I want to solve this problem. It's a big problem. It's a big market. It's a big industry. It's going to be millions, if not billions of dollars if I solve it. And then I thought, this is how I solve it. So I came up with an idea, as every entrepreneur would. No problem with that. I have a proposition, a proposal, a thought. But I was wise now. The flash knew to pull back a little bit. Turn to meditation, turn to prayer, yes, but then what do you got to do eventually? Turn, not even your team, turn to your customer, your future customer. So I looked at the people that were going to lead this and I said, hey, I need us to do a focus group. Go out, let's find 5 to 8 people, put them in a room, and we'll just ask them. All right, great. We got the people lined up, called the local place, spent a couple $100 on lunch, got them in the room, sat them down. And I'm going to be a little explicit here. So if any of your kids are watching, because I know that we have some people that have their children watch, which is awesome. But you might want to be warned here. I just have to drive home how serious, like the visual here has to be perfect. Within the first 5 minutes of this new focus group, I felt like I was getting kicked in the balls again and again and again and again and again and again, and it hurt. Now, if anyone who was in the focus group is listening is thinking, oh my God, Anik, we didn't mean to do that because they were all friends. They're people that love me. No, it's not you. I loved it. You saved me millions of dollars in mistakes. Guess what? You proved to me that the problem is a problem. So thank you. I wasn't misevaluating that. But you also proved to me that my solution is not the solution. Not even close. I mean, even more farther off than I was when I was building the Lurn platform. So I have been truly humbled, and thank you for that. So ladies and gentlemen, I never said that being an entrepreneur is about being smart enough to innovate the solution. I just said the entrepreneur creates a solution, and I'm fine with that. So I would have gone off, re-articulated team members, spent hundreds of thousands of dollars of hard cash investing in this division, poured another 100 or 200 grand into marketing. It would have taken us 9, 10, 12, 15 months to decide after lots of pivots and marketing experiments and pushing and pulling and stretching. We would have eventually come and said, oh my God, this doesn't work. I wonder why. I would have talked to a focus group and realized the whole time I had built the completely wrong. I would have blown millions of dollars. And here, 90 minutes, $200, a friendly lunch with a group of people I love and know, who love me and know me. And I walked away knowing, time to go back to the drawing board. Now, they did confirm to me that the problem is the problem, so I'm not moving away from that. That's awesome. I get to solve that problem. And they also gave me a ton of feedback on what they think the solution would be, what they would be willing to pay for, how much they would be willing to pay. Yeah, guess what? The market tells you when you just ask them. And I thought some of these people might not give me the straight up answers because they are my friends, they are family, they love me. And guess what? No, all you have to do is start by saying, please give me the honest answer. And they do. So just so helpful. Please do a focus group. I don't care how good your idea is. I don't care how sold on your idea you are. I don't care. It does not matter. Unless you are talking, don't talk to Uncle Sam. Talk to the person you are going to eventually sell to. The ideal way that focus group should have ended, and this is how your focus group should end if you've really nailed the right solution, is at the end of the focus group, the people in that room should say, when can we buy? And my room did not say that. They asked, when are you going to come out with it? They asked, what do you think? They asked, what are you going to do next? But they didn't necessarily say, hey, Anik, credit card in hand. Come on, let's make this happen. We get to be the first ones. We get to be the first people to buy. We were here. You committed to us first. No, none of that. So that's okay. It's great. I get to go find. Now they gave me all this feedback and we'll re-articulate and recreate a new solution. So I'm so grateful to them. So how do you run a focus group yourself? Okay, here you go. I'm going to give you some bullet points. It's super easy. Do it. I challenge you. You must do it. You need to do it. One of these days, I'm going to get our executive vice president of sales and marketing at Lurn on, because he's the one who ran it. I didn't do anything. So Joe, thank you. Shout out to Joe Campanella. He ran the whole thing, put it all together. He actually went and talked to his friends who are in agencies on how to run a focus group. So he has all this knowledge that we'll bring to you on in an interview one day. 5 to 8 people max. We had 7. It was great. 7 was like the perfect number. And I honestly feel like 6 or 7 is like the right number. We were really good at 7. You want to go 75 to 90 minutes. We had told everyone 60. We had hoped to keep it at 60. It was 60 would have been too short. 75 would have been doable. 90 was like perfect. 90 allowed us everything. So, offer them lunch. Now, as you start to go out to cold markets, it is apparently a popular concept to compensate as well. So apparently $100 is a number that's thrown around a lot. We didn't get there yet because these were friends and family. But if we were to do more in the future and go out for cold market, which we have to do, you can't just do one focus group. We have to do more focus groups. So then we would, $100, that's $50. I mean, try a different number. You don't have to do $100. So that was what an agency said. Maybe they take a portion of that or something. So like $50, $60 plus lunch. You're talking about $500, $600 total investment to hear live feedback and go back and forth with your target market. It's just so worth it. You do 3 focus groups. That's like $1,500. It's amazing. Best money spent. By the way, I used to think focus groups are complete rubbish and nonsense. I have never understood why people did focus groups because I just have innately thought the target market will never tell you the truth when they're in front of you. Now I have learned over so many focus groups, they tell you everything. They just pour it out. It's so much information. Prepare your questions ahead of time. We had a page of questions. We literally had 1 page of questions. We did not provide those questions to the participants. You do not send them out beforehand. You do not print them out for the participants. The participants should have nothing in front of them other than their lunch. All right? Because you do want them to prep for it. We started very easy and soft with open-ended questions. You will also, in a focus group, innately get people that are just quiet, and you'll always have people that love to hear the sound of their own voice. I say that rudely, but actually we didn't have that in the one that we just recently did. We had a couple people that are quiet, but we didn't have anyone that was over talking. So what we like to do is go person to person. So when we open-ended questions, we would make sure everyone got a voice. The biggest reason we want to do that also is we want everyone in the room within the first 5 to 10 minutes get comfortable with everyone else in the room so that they feel comfortable opening up and being honest. And so, again, just open-ended questions. Don't make your toughest questions up front. Ask the soft ones. Ask them about their problems. Ask them what's going on, what their biggest issue is, what they've tried, what they haven't, what they wish they had, things that they'll be happy to talk about, open to talk about, and then get a little bit deeper. Like questions like, how much would you be willing to pay to solve this problem? That was like our last question. Right? And we got really honest feedback from people because by that point, they were really connected to one another. Everyone was comfortable with us and with each other. So you start with the open-ended questions and then you move to more specific questions towards the second half. So there were specific yes and no questions, and that really helped me the most. So I had questions like, would you pay $10,000 for this? Yes or no? And guess what? They were honest. Yes, yes, no, no, yes, maybe no, yes. I was like, whoa, okay. They're being really upfront and transparent. Also, you can do specific questions like, please tell me which of the 3 would be the most beneficial to you. Number 1, boom. Number 2, boom. Number 3, boom. Just vote 1, 2, or 3. And like they would answer exactly to the point. And be blunt and ask specific questions towards the end. Listen, you know why you have them in the room. They know why they're in the room. Ask them, would you buy this program? Would you spend money on this? Would you tell your friends and family, or would you spread the word about a service like this to people you know? Would you do this? Ask them. Obviously, not everyone's going to be 100% right. This is why our goal in this company is minimum 3 focus groups. So now what happened is we had this idea that got beat up by the focus group. So instead of doing more focus groups, it was such an overwhelming response. I don't even think there's any reason to do a second one talking about the same topic. Well, what we will do now is take that feedback, go and re-evolve the plan, the solution, create a solution more based around the feedback they gave, then do another focus group with new people that have no frame of reference and pitch this new way to them and see what feedback they give. And maybe we still haven't quite nailed it and we'll reevaluate. And then we'll get to a focus group where the third one, where we pitch this evolved idea to them again. I'm going to wait till I get to a focus group where they're like, yep, love it. Oh my God, when do I sign up? Where is it? And when I feel like I get that response, I will do 2 more focus groups where I pitch the exact same way, the same product. And I want to go back to back 3 focus groups with the group essentially ending with the conclusion of love it, want it now. I get 3 groups, 7 people in each group, but I will keep going until I get the first group that conclusively agrees they like it, they want it. So I could, for this particular business, end up doing 7, 8, 9, 10 business focus groups. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking about a line of business that could easily be worth a couple $100 million a year to learn. I'm not even joking. I'm not exaggerating. So heck yeah, I'll do 10, 15, 20 focus groups if I have to nail down. But that way, when I start building the solution, I don't got to worry about if the market will like it or not. I already know the solution will be kick butt. I just have to execute it properly, which I know I can do. So boom, it's like printing money. So even if you don't know the problem that you want to solve, but you know the industry you love, get 6 to 7 people from that industry in one room. They'll tell you the problem. They'll tell you what they want as a solution. They did all your hard work. Go create the solution, and bada bing, bada boom. You got yourself a 7, 8, 9-figure business. It can be as simple as that. This is why I love focus groups. So there you have it. Come on, fighting entrepreneurs. Go out there and do your own focus group. I challenge you, do not dare come up with a new idea and put it out there without doing focus groups. Always do focus groups. All right? This is Anik Singal reminding you, when life pushes you, stand straight, smile, and push it the heck back. If you're on YouTube, leave us a comment, click subscribe, hit the bell icon, hit the something else icon. There's a bell icon, and then there's a thumbs up icon. There you go. And then if you're listening to us on your favorite podcast platform, please make sure to go subscribe and leave us an excellent review so we can get the word out about this podcast to all of the other great entrepreneurs all over the world. Let's grow our community, and make sure you join us at lurn.com. Get your free membership, and all show notes at anikpodcast.com. Even today's show notes at anik, A-N-I-K, podcast.com. Until next time, fighting entrepreneurs, go out there and fight for your dreams. I'll see you soon.
Thanks for listening to The Fighting Entrepreneur with your host, Anik Singal.